Hey guys, this is Gerry O applying for Kids First. Right now we're interviewing Oscar Dietz, who plays Ant-Man Antboy in both Antboy 1 and 2, and also he plays Egon in the new film Albert. So how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So you have done many different types of projects. You have done musicals, you have done voiceover, you have done actual on camera. What do you prefer most?
Well, that's one of the questions I get asked a lot. Because everybody just want to know how do you like theater the most or film. But it's actually so different from one another. Because theater is like you get an instant like reaction on what you're doing. And film, it's more like, or movies, it's more like you're like kind of waiting maybe a year for someone to even react on what you're doing. But there's some specific things I like about them all. So I would actually go ahead and say that I actually like them equally.
And also, I just want to mention this is your first time in Los Angeles, so welcome to Los Angeles.
Well, thank you.
Of course. And you just recently did your first animated film. How do you like voiceover?
I really like it, but it's actually not my first animated film though, because I'm doing a lot of animated films, and I've done that since I was 10 actually. So, but I actually started off with like Disney series, Disney animation and things for Disney Channel and Disney Junior and Nickelodeon, like kinds of that. Also live action, voiceover. But I've done I think. 3 or 4 movies. Peabody and Sherman, which I was Sherman, and Albert, which I was Egon, and the Song of the Sea, and I was some movies. But I'm really enjoying doing voiceover because it's so much fun. But Albert was kind of different from the others because it was actually made in Denmark.
Oh.
So I'm actually the original voice for once in that one. And we actually made the voice and then they made the animations. So it fits perfect in Denmark, in Danish.
I see. And in Antboy, your kind of message is that you don't have to be a superhero to be a hero. What do you think of that message?
Well, I think it's a super cool message, but also a message that is true. Like, there's a lot of types of heroes. It's for sure. Antboy is a superhero because he got the superpowers, but you could also be a hero just stopping someone from bullying another.
Yeah. And speaking of bullying, Antboy is kind of big on anti-bullying. You can see that in both films. Can you talk a little bit about your opinion on bullying?
I think bullying is horrible. Nobody should get bullied, and it's not okay to bully one another. I can't really see why you would want to do that.
I definitely agree. I think it is absolutely terrible everywhere, and it should be fixed. So, how was it doing all the kind of stunt jumps and all of that? If you had stunt doubles or if it was visual effects, how was that? Because Antboy does do a lot of crazy actiony jumps and stuff.
I for the first movie, we didn't have a stunt double, so I was actually doing all of the stunts, and it was super cool. We had a stunt man, but he was like kind of a teacher, so no, he wasn't a teacher. He was kind of teaching us how to do the specific stunts, basically. But he also did a lot of the stunts for the flea, because he could like look more similar to the flea than me, so I did my stunts. So basically, it was to fight some superheroes. It was to climb up some walls and like stunts like that, basically. But in the first movie, we did practical effects. So, and what that means is instead of using like green screen and all that, we actually used practical effects. So when I was climbing a wall, I was actually climbing the wall with a wire. they so they actually just like kind of pulled me up, and I should try to like to do something to make it look good.
So, it kind of looked like you're climbing a wall, but you're actually being carried by a cord.
Yeah.
And also for people who don't know, the flea in the first movie is actually kind of like the super villain and Antboy's arch nemesis. So, aside from acting in Antboy, you actually are also a musician, right?
Yeah, I play guitar.
And do you like musicals better than just normal theater without singing?
Well, I've just done Billy Elliot, which was fantastic, and I've done several musicals, and I enjoyed all of them. I really, really, really love musicals, but there's also some very funny things about just the theater without singing. It's more like maybe you're focusing more on the actual acting part in it, in normal, not normal, but like theater without the musical part.
Like more concentrated on the acting than the music itself.
Yeah.
And is there any current projects you want to talk about?
Well, I do want to talk about Antboy 3, maybe, because we're actually shooting that in the summer vacation in Denmark. But it's gonna be a while before it's here, because we also need to like edit it, and we haven't even started recording it yet. But for those of you who can't wait, you actually have the opportunity to go follow me on Instagram and Facebook, called Oscar Dietz, both. Because I'm gonna post. I've been permitted to post some pictures of what we're doing, like kind of some behind the scenes cool stuff. Also, maybe I'm actually posting a picture of the new Antboy costume and like all of those kind of cool things.
Also, the premiere for Antboy 2, which I will be attending, is coming up, so definitely check that out. And also, for the first time ever, the books that inspired the both and future Antboy movies are actually available, so definitely check them out. And can you tell us about Antboy 2, Revenge of the Red Fury?
Well, actually, they're gonna be in the cinemas July 3rd, and on DVD and VOD on August 4th. So that's not too far from here. Also, the books is available on iTunes, so it's kind of an ebook.
Yeah. So definitely check those out. Thank you so much for talking to me about all your work.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course. It's nice meeting you.
Kids First is amazing thing.